William Hunt Savile sponsors the Trilby Tour. The perfect gentleman's playground.
On the Trilby Tour tonight, dry stone walls. Close-ups of dry stone walls. How to play golf over dry stone walls. And how to bounce balls off dry stone walls. The Trilby Tour returns once more to beautiful Bronte country and the Daleside track at Hollins Hall. The steepest course on the tour welcomes players back with slopes that punish the calf muscles and greens to bamboozle the best of them as they strive to become Champion of Yorkshire. In the show this week, we'll see who can read the intricate greens of Hollins Hall. We have our four-man three-hole playoff to find the Champion of Yorkshire. Surely it can't be as crazy as the one we had here last year. And then it's time to raid the roof in Rogues Gallery. Susan Ma will be on the course for us, but first, here's our honorary Yorkshireman for the day, Rob Lee.
Thanks, Matt. We're at Hollins Hall in West Yorkshire, near Baildon. Beautiful part of the world. Up and down Dale, this golf club. 6,671 yards. It's one of the favourite venues for the players that take part in the Trilby Tour, but they've got to bring their total golf game. Let's get down to the first tee and join Susie Ma.
Ram, it's your first time on the Trilby.
Yes, it is first time, my Trilby Tour. Yeah.
Where are you from, Ram?
Actually, I originally from Nepal, but I'm here, if you know, the bravest of the brave, Gorkhas in the British Army.
Wow. What made you sign up for the Trilby Tour? I mean, it's a little bit tougher than the Gurkhas, I think.
I think it's not, but obviously I like the golf. I started a bit late. I started in 2009. And since watching this Trilby Tour from last 2-3 years, and I thought, oh, why not to try? And I just tried it, and I got it. I'm very happy now.
And we're really happy to have you here. And what are you hoping to score?
I want to be a champion. Obviously, yes, or definitely at least top 10 to go to the final.
Well, Ramba had a limbo, 12 handicapper, first shot of his first Trilby Tour ever. Not a bad shot with that method. A lot of moving parts there. Seems happy though.
Tallest competitor today,
yes.
Rich.
Yeah.
It's your first time here?
It is, yeah, first time. Played 9 holes yesterday. Got rained off though, so I don't know what the back nine's like, but the front nine's nice.
And how well did you do yesterday?
I did quite nice, 19 points after 9 holes, a couple of birdies. It was, good.
Counts for nothing though.
Counts for nothing, I know. I'm a bit nervous about this first tee shot, but we'll see how it goes.
And how are your nerves?
I was all right until I got here. I was planning on hitting iron off the tee, but I'm a bit nervous now, so I think I'm going to hit driver just to get it out there.
Comes from Royal Cleethorpes Golf Club. They can't have a Royal Club in Cleethorpes, can they? Surely not. Apparently so. He's got a big hit at the bottom of that swing. A lot of airtime.
Dave, you're 5 times Trilby Tourian?
Yeah, one of those competitions, once you start you can't get enough. Determined to try and win one, so this is the second one this year. Unfortunately we just missed out 2 weeks ago at Dalmahoy, so we've already qualified for the regional final, so we're here to try and win it today. Took me a couple of years to get used to the format. I think that's the draw and that's what brings you back all the time. If my wife had let me I would play in every single one, so maybe 1 year.
Call yourself a Scotsman. You can't have the missus holding your golfing career back. What are you doing? Very competent, compact, steady. Should be okay.
Phil, I hear that you were on the maddest playoff this time last year at Hollins. Tell us a bit about it.
Oh, dead right. We had a great playoff. It was probably the worst playoff of all time in the history of the Trilby Tour. I think the average on the first hole, which was the par 5, I think the average score was at 8. So it wasn't a great start, but it got marginally better. If I'm lucky enough to get to the playoffs, I've gone through it in my mind 1,000 times. We're going to play it sensible, no big heroics, keep it on the short stuff, and hopefully do a lot better than last year.
I think the experience will put you in good stead.
I hope so. Practice started through the winter, and this is my first Trilby event of the season, and I'm all revved up for it, and I'm going to give it a good shot.
So, Phil, iron, you see. Lots of ways of skinning a cat. Iron at the first. It's under 300 yards. You don't have to belt the driver. And this is a little squirty to the right. Hits the cart path. That's all right. Kind of got away with that as it finds the fairway, I'll say. Yeah, I meant that. Limbu second to 17. 18 points. The Gurkha. Very confident at the start of the day, but the Trilby Tour can do that to you. Soft conditions from the overnight rain. Lad second to 16. 23 points for the big fella. Not quite hooking enough, I don't fancy. Oh, look at the check. How did they get that spin on it like that? All the way down the front. In many ways, the softness of the greens have made the back flags very difficult to get to. Simon Deakin's third. It's his third Trilby Tour as well. 13 handicapper at the third. Just failing to hang on. It's up against the cuff. Into the back nine now for Bill Davis. And what you've got to do around Hollins Hall is play a lot of your golf from the fairways. Ooh. Sandy grave, I'm afraid. Yeah. Had enough of that one. Where did it all go wrong? Limbu's birdie attempt at 17. Try and get through the 20-point barrier. Oh, unlucky. Sometimes you take away a little nugget at the end. It brings you back for more. This has got a bit of turn in it from the right. Not spotted. Deacon's fourth at the third. It is a par 5. Very good effort. So maybe a par on the cards. An early par at the first par 5. 12th hole par 4. Davis is third. Bunkered. Splashes it out. Uses the contours. And that's the problem here at Hollins. If you miss on the short side, it doesn't leave you much of a pitch. Limbu's par attempt. Oh, he's doing the Jordan Spieth there, looking at the hole when he hits it. So he saw that miss. It's 19 points for Rambahadur Limbu. DNQ. He'll be back. Love to have him back. 16th hole, par putt, 23 points thus far. This again from the right. Seeing a lot of lip outs 25 points. DNQ for Richard Ladd. Still walking tall, though. Davis's par putt at 12. And the mistake was the second shot. He get out of position. It's tough to make a comeback. Whittaker nearly finished. Second shot to the 16th. Not a long par 4 this one, but a tricky one. And that will not make it to the top of the green from down there. Dave Blockley. Well, he knows what it's like to play well on the Trilby Tour. Not everybody does. Didn't quite get that right at 17. Back to the third and the par putt for Deakin, who's level through the first 2 with 4 points. That's well holed, competent. Good start to his round. This is very slow. Whittaker up the hill at 16. Got to hammer it up here to get it to the hole. He's done that. Marvellous putt. That's a marvellous putt. Very pleasing. Blockley from the front of 17. Choosing to putt from well off the green. Downhill at the end. It's a magnificent putt. That is a magnificent putt from down there. Well done. 28 points, clubhouse leader. It's going to be a tough day. Surely that won't be good enough. Par putt at 16 for Whittaker. Already got 28 points. These are all very costly. 34 points. Could have been better. New clubhouse leader, James Whittaker. Well, let's head back to the first and catch up with Susan. Who's she got?
Richard, tell me, it's your third time on the Trilby.
Yes, it is. Yeah, all 3 times here.
Oh, and so you know the course well?
Reasonably well, so I've got no excuses really, but I'll think of some.
How did you do last time?
I can't remember, but I think it was 29 points or 30 points, something like that.
Well, that's not too bad. How are you going to play differently this time?
Well, I was a bit defensive last time, so I'm just going to attack the course as best I can this time and see what happens. It's a game of golf at the end of the day.
8 handicap at Ezel Golf Club. You know, the Trilby Tour's been going for some time now. I don't even see the hats anymore. I don't see them. They just look right. Is this right? Oh, it's left. Down there somewhere. Look at the slopes here at Hollins Hall. Proper test this. We're back in a couple.
The perfect gentleman's playground.
The Trilby Tour Championship of Yorkshire will be decided here at Hollins Hall for 2016. Leader in the clubhouse is James Whittaker, 34 points on quite a low-scoring day. But the course is playing long because of the rain overnight, and it's quite tricky. Up and down Dale. We're in the Dales. That's the story. Got to get your footing right. Ball above, ball below your feet. Lots of stuff to factor in. 137 yards, the 15th, par 3. 27 points for Kenny. Come on, Anthony. Well played. Very well played. Winds drop right away now. It's very quiet out there. Bird song you can hear. Good to see that this week the effects mic is working. This is young Tony Quinnan at the 12th. 12 handicapper. Second Trilby Tour event. And that's a popular spot, that bunker there. No price getting up and down. In that particular corner, Hornby at 16. Oh, it's over. I think it's over. Pitching from the upslope. David Scope, Antrobus Golf Club is where he plays in Cheshire. Trying to get this up and down if he can. He's only got it up and down. And that's not going to make the journey to the flag. Deakin's third at the 9th, so trouble off the tee. Long way short here in 2. And that was a little turf ball turf action. It needs a kick forward. It's done its very best. Outside attempt for a par coming up. Davis now at the 17th, 27 points. Well, that did all it could to make it onto the putting surface. Yeah, should have done that. Annoying. Got to give the caddies a mention as well. Everyone talks about the great caddies they've got. Kenny up the hill, slow putt. Hit it. Hit it! 33 points. That's a playoff position currently. So good effort from Anthony Kenny. Now let's see if Quinnan can get this up and down, because he's got a downhill slope all the way at the flag. What a cheeky effort. He played out sideways on purpose. See, that's what you do when you've got a really good golfing brain. You realise you can't go at the flag, play out sideways and take your punishment. Birdie putt for Davis is makeable. Quick one. What an attempt. What an attempt. Oh! 30 points, DNQ. Good attempt though from Phil. Not much to play with off a 4 handicap. Now Hornby's approach to 16 is dry. And like everybody else, no one getting it back to that flag. Almost a mistake if you do manage it. Par 4 14th for David Scope. See, the greens are tricky at Hollins. Oh, what a putt that is. Up and over the hill. Playoff position. Courtesy of that raker right across the green. 33 points. Quinnan for the par at 12. 21 points so far. Doing okay. He's in the conversation. Very good read. A little less pace, it would have gone in. Currently at playoff position. 32 points for Tony. Players working hard to keep their games under control. Hollins, Hornby. This is a tester from the right. Well, that can't go in. That's low. Low, 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 low. So an uphill 3-footer. Closing out the front 9 in style. Deakin, but this is a par attempt. Hardly ever find a straight putt here. Beautiful try. 34 points for Simon Deakin. Joint clubhouse leader. Really good back 9. Well, that's the views afforded at Hollins Hall. This is real last of the summer wine country. Saltaires around the corner, Howarth at the top of the hill, Ilkley Moor, Bartat. You can't do better than that. I tell you what, they think it's rum up here. It's beautiful. Let's get to Susan again, because she's going through the last 3 playoff holes with the Director of Golf at Hollins Hall, Stuart Carney.
This is the first playoff hole, hole 10 at Hollins Hall, and it's a par 5. I'm here with Stuart Carney, the Director of Golf. Stuart, what can you tell us about this particular hole?
Tough par 5. It was where all the craziness happened last year. A few snap hooks off the first tee, and I think that demonstrates how key it is to get a good drive away on this hole. It is a par 5 that you can reach in 2, as long as you get the drive away. But if you want to play it safe, you can hit a sort of hybrid or 3-wood down there, just to make sure you do get it in play. So once you're down on the fairway, you've got a second shot up to an elevated green. Obviously you'll be tired after the 18 holes prior to this. Tough second shot. The green's very undulating. It's key to stay below the hole to give you a chance of making possible eagle or birdie. But I would say that par is a good score on this hole, particularly in the playoff final.
This is the second playoff hole, hole 17, par 4, and we're playing off an elevated tee. Stuart, what's the best tactic to play off an elevated tee?
Okay, on hole 17 you've got basically 2 options. It's a risk and reward hole, so you can either take driver and go for the green, or you can play it safe with either a long iron or a hybrid and play short here on the sort of fairway area, just short of the bunkers, which will leave you a short wedge into the green. In the playoff final, it's certainly a hole that you can gain advantage over your opponents if you do go for the green though. The places you don't want to be, if you do go for the risk and reward and go for the green, is if you pull it or go straight and not down to the green, you can end up behind the wall here or in the rough areas on the left hand side. So it is a hole that certainly does have its challenges, but it does have its rewards as well.
And finally, the 18th hole, a par 4 and a comparatively simple hole compared to the other two. What can you tell us about this one?
Well, the 18th here at Hollins Hall, like you say, is quite a simple par 4. In previous years there was a big tree on the right hand side which unfortunately fell in the winds a couple of years ago. So it did used to be a bottleneck where the drive would finish, whereas now it's fairly open. So if you get a decent drive away, you've got a good chance of getting a short shot into the green. What I would say, you need to stay below the hole on the 18th, because anything that goes past the flag, you're looking at certainly a 3-putt territory, and that's one thing that you don't want to do in the playoff, obviously.
Well, that will be the pressure situation in a few minutes' time. 10, 17 and 18. Still some business to conduct to find out who the final 4 are going to be. Let's get back out the golf course and pick up Craig Newton from Prudder. They call him Prudder Beef. Andrew Johnston's got a look-alike. He's going along okay. Oh, shot. And that's the first one we've sort of seen. You can see where the Beef look-alike comes from. He's got the beard and he's got that sort of burly body shape. Hornby, 18, bunkered. Splashing out. This is one of the playoff holes. Slopey green. Look, that wants to wander back, that one. Newton's birdie putt, 26 points, 3 holes to go. This will be handy. Good try. 34 points, joint clubhouse lead for Craig. Prudder Beef. Par putt for 35 points because he has a shot here. And that'll be good enough to get straight in to the final 4. Well, he didn't make that, but he made the next. 34 points, joint clubhouse leader. And this is how it all wound up in the end. A clean final 4. Deakin, Hornby, Newton and Whitaker all scoring 34 points, all make it through to the playoff. Kenny, Scope, Smith, Fielding, Gilgrass and Quinnen all qualify for the Trilby Tour World Championship later on the season. And now it's time for Hunt's Hunch.
Really difficult to ask me who's going to win today. Don't know much about the lads. Simon Deakin, 3rd time out, 13 handicap. Has he got a good technique? I don't know. Richard Hornby, 8th handicap, good back 9 in a strong position. Also 3rd time out. We've got 2 lads here, Craig Newton. 1st time at the Trilby Tour, good back 9, 20 points. He's got to have a, he's on a run. You've got to say him in the moment. James Whitaker. And I asked him, he said, no, I'm not going to win. What a thing to say. Craig Newton said, I'm going to win. His mate says a bottler. I'm going to go with him.
Well, this week's Hunt's Hunch is Prudder Beef. Can he carry the curse of William Hunt all the way to the tape?
The perfect gentleman's playground.
It's playoff time on the Trilby Tour. We're just 3 holes away from finding this year's champion of Yorkshire. And we start the par 5 10th. Remember last year it was the red arrows off this tee. Let's hope the standard improves significantly.
Simon Deakin.
Good luck, all best.
Hi, my name's Simon Deakin. I'm 40 years old. I'm from Fulford Heath. My handicap's 13. I was pretty steady all the way around. I didn't putt great today, but you know, it's a Trilby Tour. It's not easy to get him in the hole. On 10 I have a shot. I don't think I hit driver off the first time when I was round. I couldn't quite get up in 2, so I don't think I'll hit driver. I just think I'll try and play it as a 3-shot hole to the green because I've got a shot there, so that's what I'll try and do. 17 again, I might hit driver off there, try and get close to the green. And 18, I think you just got to put it in position, and second shot's tough. It's playing long up the hill, the second shot, so par on there is a brilliant score. I'm here to win. That's why I come. So hopefully I can win it today and be champion of Yorkshire.
Well, a cautious start. Par 5, the 10th, going with an iron.
Oh, God. Bounce.
It's in play. It's about what you can say for that one.
My name's Richard Hornby. My age is 53. I play at Hessel Golf Club just outside of Hull, and my handicap is 8. I drove well. Probably only missed 1 or 2 fairways at the most. And my wedges were good. Made a few iffy long irons in there, which cost me a couple of shots, but yeah, that was it really. Par 10, par 17, bogeyed 18. I'm going to not hold back and just try and play my normal game.
Representing Hessel Golf Club near Hull, Hornby with a driver. There's no backing off here, you know. They build them tough in Hull. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Next, will you please welcome Craig Newton on the tee.
Hello, my name's Craig Newton, 25. I play at Prudhoe Golf Club off a handicap of 8. I think I played all my good shots on the camera. I think with the golf I'm alright, with the in front of the cameras, it's when I'm away from the camera, there's a lack of concentration, so I've done alright with the nerves. This is more nerve-wracking than the golf, so hopefully play them the same and hopefully it's enough. Would be 1 under with my handicap for them 3 holes, so fingers crossed. Might change my tactics on 17. I hit me 3-wood, top to 3-wood off 17 and rescued a par, but I hit a provisional driver off there because I thought it was on the long stuff, and I pretty much drove the green, so see what my caddy says. He'll probably tell us to hit me 3 iron.
Well, he might change his tactics. He might change his name to Prudhoe Beef. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Finally, please welcome to the tee, James Whittaker.
James Whittaker, 28, Forest Park Golf Club, handicap 6. Front 9, had a real good front 9. I think looking on the board I was best front 9, and then just done in there really back 9 and held a few good putts. So I was just doing it maybe as a one-off just for a bit of a laugh, but I can see myself being back here next year. Don't tell the missus though.
Now, is this handsome or a little left? It's got that left look about it. Oh, that's not too bad. They kick pretty straight. So they're off and running down this 10th hole. Par 5, there is a birdie available. Deacon's tee shot with an iron was very super safe, and this is another iron for position. This is better. Down you come. And he can reach in 3, no problems at all. Now Hornby's second shot. A little skinny, bottom groove. It'll bounce down for him. Just stunned by the rough on the right.
That's all I wanted, wasn't it?
Prudhoe Beef. Little Baffy he's hitting here. Metal-headed Baffy. Gave that a good swipe. Soft landing, wasn't it? Very soft landing. Whittaker's second. Ambitious this. Ball above his feet, in the rough, with a wood.
Come back.
It's like a wall, that bank up the right-hand side. You know it can't run into trouble up there. But you've got to hang in line with your third. Deacon's third.
Get up.
That will not make its way forward from there. It might come back down to the bottom of the slope at the front of that green. Whittaker. This one's struggling as well. They won't bounce up from there. Got to carry it onto the putting surface. Can Hornby do it? Put himself in a really good position if he can. Oh no, that looks a little left. Tangential. Straight at the pin. It's our cameraman that's squint. He's nowhere near the back of the green. Well, Prudhoe Beef from the front of the green. Chip and putt for a birdie. We haven't seen one of those here for a long time. Oh, no, that's Scuddy. Hold on, hold on. No, that's not going to stop. Well, it will eventually, of course. It'd be impossible for it to have perpetual motion. No shot for Whittaker here at the 10th, the par 5, so he's fourth from the front. That wasn't struck properly. That's going to struggle. Come on. No, that's a curler left for his par. Here's the man with a stroke. If he can take 2 more from here, he'll be under par heading to 17. Using a little hybrid to get it to chase and run and scamper. It's not happened. But they're in net 3. Prudder Beef chipping and putting for par on a par 5. Never enjoyable. Wouldn't be bad though if he could do it. See how slow that is up there. Warm applause, but nothing more. Hornby, the only man on the green in 3 at this par 5, so a birdie putt and a slow one for Richard. And well, he knocked it in, so he stays level par. Pretty good result, the 10th. All the players find it hard. Whittaker to remain level par. He has to hold this putt. A slow one from the right. And from the right. Means it went left. And bogey. 1 over par, James Whittaker. Deacon with a shot. Much better idea with this one. Turn, not quite. But a bogey, net par, makes him level. The 13 handicapper. Feeling the heat. Over the back in 3 for Prudder Beef. Chip to here, this for the par 5. First playoff hole, left to right. Robbed. Robbed. Over par straight away for Craig. So he'll take that score into the second playoff hole, which is the 17th. 17th hole, short par 4, a lot of slope on the fairway and up by the green. Players at the top of the hill, feeling the nerves, they're jangling. Let's hear from William.
Well, Simon did well there because he's used his shot very well. Richard Hornby, level again with Simon, both level. My boy Craig Newton, 1 over. But apparently he's been playing like that all day, sort of knifing it through and scrambling. So I'm still expecting to scramble and win. And James Whittaker, 1 over as well. I think we'll see James fade away.
Maybe right, maybe wrong. Going with the driver, Whittaker. Bold. Trying to smash it down by the green. Good hit. Very good tee shot. Well, they've all played, so now into the seconds. This is Hornby's approach to 17. Just a short iron. Trying to feel it into the flag. You can see that. He's not sure of the outcome here. Edge of the green for Hornby. Prudder Beef second. Now that's a nice little clip. Barely bruised the turf, and what a shot this is from Prudder's finest. Hang on. Yeah, that's perfect. Behind the hole, uphiller for the birdie putt. Simon Deacon's tee shot was never found, despite the massive crowds watching this final. So provisional, and the 4th. The 4th was heavy, very heavy. Deacon playing his way out of it, maybe. Whittaker's second off a lovely drive. That sounded good, didn't it? That sounded really good. No check. Complete lack of spin there. Bouncing through the green. Nobody getting a stroke at 17. Deacon's 5th.
4 down.
Just shows you how slopey the greens are at Hollins Hall. Takes a lot of managing a game to have a good score here. Hornby from the edge of the green. Go on, chase down. Not bad. One of those left. Squeaky bum time. Whittaker through the green after a lovely drive. And the approach putt should be good enough for a par 4. Deacon's 100th shot at the 17th.
Had to go in, didn't it?
101st to come.
Had to go in, whatever.
+4, it's all over for Simon Deacon. But never mind, you've played very well if you can make it into the final. Doesn't always work out. Does for some, doesn't for others. What about Prudder Beef? Birdie putt. Narrowly missed a couple of putts. He's over par because of the par 5 10th. Takes that handicap into the final hole. Whittaker at +1 to stay at +1. Getting down to the real nub of this whole thing now. Slips again to +2, Whittaker. All self-induced after a marvellous drive. Hornby's par putt to remain level puts him in a very strong position. Hornby looking good. So to the last hole. 385 yards off the tips.
Simon's gone, hasn't he? +4. Out of bounds, he was broken. I saw him on the way back to the tee. Whoa. Not a happy boy, but that's how it goes. Craig Newton, my boy, still one over. I thought I might get a birdie there because he's you know, he had a great shot in. James Whittaker, he's about to fold any minute now. He is trembling like a leaf. Richard Hornby, I'm still picking my boy Craig. Come on, Craig, you're the boy.
Unlike William not to change ships midway through the journey. Sticking with his man.
Oh no.
This is way right. Thankfully a soft bounce for Hornby. In the rough, but not the super thick rough. Prudder Beef, 369. That's a very good tee shot. Unlucky to finish in that cut of rough. Driver for Whittaker. He's had enough now. He's really having a go at this. Take the bull by the horns. Oh, it's a low flighted one. Ground doing its best to kick it back on the fairway. Nearly did the job. Deakin, 18th hole. Just making up the numbers now after previous two. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. He's gone black and white. That's never a good thing in a Trilby Tour show. See ya. Hornby, 18th, second, leading.
Thank you.
Great ball was a shout. Just getting it down into a position perhaps not on the green. Whittaker's second. Birdie. Needs a birdie. So over the top of the tree, high into the sky, get it on line. He's done well, done very well. Couldn't see too much from around there. See a lot of beards now, don't you? The caddies have got beards, the players have got beards, producers have got beards. Short, very short. That's no gift up and down from there either. So despite Hornby having troubles, he's still in the driving seat.
Ah, get out.
And not after that. That's a wild one. And it's just pressure. That's what it is. It's pressure. The chance of being a Trilby Tour champion. Get down the pub, brag to your mates. Then they can watch it on TV with you and you tell them how under control you had the whole thing. Prudder Beef from the front. Get in. It needed more beef, not less beef. Hornby, his fourth. Struggling here, but leading. The urge to swear there must have been intense. He didn't. Well played. Fifth shot. Took it like a man. Keep going. Keep going.
Go.
Slowly but surely, he's giving other people a chance. Richard Hornby. Well, there's going to be an opportunity here for Prudder Beef because nobody is going to be better than +2 unless Whittaker can knock this in. Tremendous second to get it on the green. Chance. Nope. So he can't beat +2. So Prudder Beef, this is your moment. Left to right putt down the hill to post +1. Nobody can beat that. This is to win. Chance, keep turning. Turn hard, go. Oh, he's made it. What a putt. What a putt. Prutter Beef, aka Craig Newton, is the champion of Yorkshire. What a performance and what a putt in the final green. A moment he'll never ever forget. Champion-elect.
We have 5 more regional qualifiers remaining this season before the lineup for the World Championship final at Forest of Arden is complete. Then we can look forward to the Trilby teens and the Trilby twos from Hull before we see out the year with our Rogues Gallery special. Now, let's hear from the new champion of Yorkshire, Prutter Beef himself, Craig Newton.
Oh, fantastic. I came to enjoy myself. I came for the top 10. That was my aim at the start of the day. I've had, as I said before, a terrible month of golf and just all came together today about it.
It's been a few years now since Dave Hill won a regional championship, but just to show we still love him, we've picked his fine approach to the 12th as shot of the week. Lovely stuff. And now, let's have a look at what's known in Yorkshire as Rogues Gallery. First up on the first with his first strike of the day is Lee West, showing us the last place you want to put your first tee shot.
Rogues Gallery regular Robin Vidler makes a welcome return with this ineffective hack from the rough on 17. Being an old lag, he knows how to make it look like the cameraman had missed the ball, but we'd never fall for that play, would we? Who do you think you're kidding, Mr. Vidler?
On the third, Paul Gibb decides that the sky is for the birds, and the best way to play the ball is along the floor. Brian Clough would be proud of you, young man.
Glutton for punishment, Robin Vidler is back already with this hopelessly underpowered effort on the 18th. We are thinking of renaming him Vidler the Dribbler.
This shot from Paul Hook on the 12th isn't too bad compared to many, but occasionally we do like to focus on fairly bad golf, just to give the utterly awful golfers a break.
Oh, and now this is very interesting. Mark Taylor in the weeds on 12 fools our cameraman Juby into thinking he's played a truly terrible shot when he's actually accidentally fluked rather a good one. That's one for our When Rogues Goes Right file.
Which exactly, wonders Darrell Budworth, is the correct club to select when you're trapped way out of position behind a dry stone wall on the 9th. Finally, Darrell selects his faithful rebounder lob wedge, and you have to say, that club did not let him down.
Stephen Curtis, also on the 9th, wisely avoids getting stuck behind a wall, but does manage to overhit his approach into that rather nasty-looking crop of nettles.
Sean Neal clearly doesn't care that he's playing the par 3 4th. He'll take as many shots as he likes to reach the green. 5, 6, 9, 12. What's it got to do with you?
The sad and lonely David Wilson cuts a somewhat tragic figure on the tee on the 8th. But it's understandable if his golf's been that bad all the way round.
Kevin Perrow clearly wanted an opportunity to prove he is a fan of the Drifters. Why else would he hit this chip on the 18th? Up on the roof.
Taking things one step further is Daniel Ogley, who hits his shot from the same bunker over the tent, over the crowd. But where did it land? Well, as he discovered once he'd made his way up that Hollins Hill, he'd fallen foul of that most devilish hazard, an abandoned tray of lasagna. Trilby rules clearly state that all balls lying in oven-baked pasta dishes must be played left-handed, but despite this constraint, Daniel made one of the best escapes we've ever seen from someone else's lunch. Let's catch up with William.
That was a great playoff. He didn't really do anything special. He didn't do anything wrong, apart from that last putt, which really, knocked the socks off everyone. I won it for him. I have to say at this point, I did tip him to win. Once again, I get it right.
Next week, the tour rolls on to Worsley Park in Manchester, where we'll be trying to find the champion of Lancashire. In the meantime, please check out www.trilbytour.com to find out about how to get involved in the 2017 tour, or go to the Sky Sports website to see an extended edit of this week's Rogues Gallery. We'll see you next week.
I've had enough of this nonsense. I'm going back underground.
William Hunt Savile sponsors the Trilby Tour. The perfect gentleman's playground.